Hey guys, back with another pitching drill. This one is going off of the last one for the lower body, which is called the rocker drill, like I mentioned. This one is called the lasso drill. This is for your upper body mechanics, more so for your shoulders and getting them to react after the proper rotation motion. What this one is mainly like is in the same position where you kind of have your legs spread apart, your feet slightly wider than the shoulders. And in this case, we're actually going to have the feet moved in a different location. The front foot is either going to be straight or almost straight, kind of like after they've done their foot when it comes down into a pitch, like that. And then the back foot is going to be in kind of an. It's kind of hard to see here, but the back foot is actually going to be up like this, kind of on the ball of the foot, as if it's already begun to rotate. Because when they're on the mound and they're going to pitch, and once they put their foot down and they begin to do the throwing motion, their foot kind of comes up like that. And so it's kind of in that state right there. And then we're actually going to have our shoulders closed though. So as you can see here, my hip has started to move forward, which is good because that's the first thing that has to move. And my shoulders are still closed. And when I say closed, I mean I haven't rotated them out towards home plate yet. I haven't exposed the front of it towards that. So anyways, in this regard, what we're going to do is we're going to start right here and basically kind of get into the motion when we would normally begin pitching, which is where, in this case, I'm right-handed. So my glove hand is kind of here. It doesn't have to be quite at 90 degrees, but kind of roughly a little bit forward from that, which is going to where everyone gets used to tucking their glove here, which is good, really good use as kind of what they call the hinge. It's kind of a counterbalance for that. And then their arm up here, their throwing arm, kind of what they call a neutral position, which is where it's up. It's not overly internal or external rotated. It's just kind of up to the square, roughly. And basically, throwing just like the last one. If they have a net, they can throw a baseball into a net. Otherwise, they can use a towel for this. You can use a soft, squishy ball, throw against a wall, something, anything. It really doesn't matter, but it's a good drill to be able to get used to this. And basically what it is getting the upper body to fly open while throwing. And so you kind of get into this position, right? Have your foot towards as if you rotated. So we're getting used to this part in the sequence, and then mechanically. And then you just take it and you throw. And the key with this one is most pitchers, boys who are even starting out as pitching, have different slots. When they're pitching, they might have a slot up here. They might have a sidearm slot. They might have a higher slot and things like this. This particular drill is what's called a level shoulder drill. This is level 1 of what the lasso drill is. And so we're not really going to be too super concerned about exactly where that slot is. It's just wherever feels natural for the boys. So when they're normally pitching and they go back and it flies open like that, right? The elbow extends out. It's just wherever feels natural. For me, it's kind of what's called a 3/4 slot, which is, if you think of a clock, kind of halfway between the 12 and the 3. So, but that just happens to be what it is for me. So again, starting out in this position, getting the front foot faced mostly straight, the back foot, the knee straight again. Whoops, almost lost my balance there. And then getting that foot up on the ball of your foot, or right there on the back, twisted so that the hip has already started to turn. Getting your tucked glove hand here, your arm up like this, and then just twisting and rotating. And when you want to rotate what's called downhill. And I'll show you what that looks like here. What that is that my body, when it rotates like that, I go down because I'm normally going to be on the mound, and I'm going to be throwing downhill towards the batter, really at the catcher. So anyways, that's that one.